everyone, welcome to the part 2 of day 5. And in this video, we will cover up the uh, rest of our questions for day 5. So we will cover question number 27 uh, and 28, 29, and 30. I'll try to cover a bit fast rather than actually putting so much back and forth on this logic. And so for day 5, I hope you might find this series very helpful, or at least if you want to feel that yeah, someone is progressing alongside you, this playlist is for you. Then okay, uh, let's start with our GPT file. Yesterday I was trying to replace the new lines. We have seen how we can cover the byte, so like byte format. We can see how byte file is being written, and then and like a few other changes in replacing the files. And then there was another thing where yeah, so I was stuck with the question number 26, where I was trying very hard to get a logic how we can split like split a specific text paragraph, or like I'll say a text file, yeah, which is like our already grazing land PRA file, into smaller chunks and then read that file further. Okay, so just run this code. Yeah, definitely able to see that it is reading the whole file. Go back, and now I just, this is the way how I can actually run it. And now like I can read each line. Now I want to restrict it to the to a specific size, so I'll keep it for now 3. I'll divide it in a chunks of 3, because this is a small file, and there are not a lot of lines here. So chunk of 3, when I say chunk of 3, I meant like 3 lines each per chunk. I'll add a small comment here. 3 lines per chunk. Okay, and to do that, what we can do is use the range function in a way. Like if it's a 3, it should store it in another text form, I guess. Before even going there, I will just check again how read lines work. Uh, Print line 33, but when I am trying to do that, it's not working. So we just want to read the 3 lines. Let's see. For some reason, it just reads 1 line. But why? Long-term sustainability management. What check is doing thing? It's same thing. Just slash n is. I'm trying to understand why like 3 is not working here. Just go to the. Is it splitting it based on the commas, slash and 3 line makes sense. it's reading the text. You want to read lines rather than. I'm trying to see if uh, we can get that length. I'll again try to check for the check. Okay, and then run it again. Okay, it's just printing one by one. It's reading, and then there's lines. It's checking just one. It's wrong. Still one. Just keep on restarting my kernel. I feel like it just saves uh, the past memory for the object and then keep on reading it, something like this. Sure, again. That line doesn't work for this text file. Why? But then if I don't use the read line, then the count is 26. Okay. Maybe it's not reading the byte form. I just tried checking in the byte. Okay, I see everywhere /r/n, and now I will just read the first three, let's say. Okay, it's still giving me one. It's the logic, I'm not getting exact logic for it. Even if I try to work on this piece of code, it's working. Get specified number of lines. Okay, let's see this code. Geeks or geeks. No, I don't like this site much. It's simpler, but sometimes. Do we need to specify any separator? Maybe that will help or not. This also doesn't seem very helpful. Okay, the program will only read the first 100 bytes of a file and then return a list of lines. Okay, so it runs 100 bytes. Does that mean still what is it, a 2000 watts? Crazy, it is actually. What does that mean then? One, two. Okay, let's start again. One, two, three. Okay, four, five, six. One, two. Oh, one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just try to remove this byte from here. But for now, I'll just keep it so that I'll get the idea that okay, that's where a separator is, like the new line carriage. Uh, carriage. What was it? Carriage character, escape character, something like that. Okay, so it's giving 7 for 100 bytes of code. Now I don't want to see it in 100 bytes rather. But then, yeah, I don't think so. It will make a lot of sense. Better to read the single line. Oh, what is this? Okay, this is the okay. This is the size of yeah, because we are like it's a single string and then I guess it's reading the size. But if that's the case, no, I think this is the byte memory, like storage space. What do you call it? Okay, for now I'll just read it. Maybe check length lines. Still what we are printing. don't want to print, we just want to print the lines. So I guess it's printing the line and then it's printing, oh, slash, it's actually printing, guess, this hinge lines, lines, what it is printing. Let's see the type of it. Basically, I mean, see the type of lines, bytes. Okay, so it's actually storing the byte, what byte codes, byte memory, or maybe like it is required but in a different way is what I'll say. I don't need it for now, or rather I'll just store the length somewhere. So first dot read lines, and we want to read it in a string form, not byte form. I'll store the length somewhere. I'll keep it L for now, and let L will be the partition for us. Okay, so we need to use for and while loop, both of it. For counter basically. Oh, okay, counter, not counter. Let's keep it I for now in range length. I'll just prefer to write it length rather than L G T H L E N G T H. Correct, not correct. What? Okay, and for I in range this, and we're gonna keep on increasing the counter. Counter for now. 0 while counter. Oops, sorry. While counter, I'll say while our counter is like not reached 3. I guess it should be inside rather than outside of for. Yeah, right. Okay, let me try first while counter equal to 3. Uh, Again, like what I have decided, this thing I should have followed earlier, but that somewhere I don't want to do it for initial questions at least. Now I'm feeling that I should have done it, or I should do it more rather than. So what I'll be doing later is testing all the solutions in the end and check if we can do it in a better way or like optimized way using ChatGPT or like any chatbot, whatever. We can decide that. I mean, I can decide it later. Okay, so counter should be starting with 0 definitely, but outside. And while counter equal to 3, less than, sorry, less than and equal to, uh, less than and equal to must, I think, okay, line should be fs, and like basically we want to split text into chunks. Okay, maybe print. I'll also try to replace as well. So replace as well, like slash n slash r slash n with slash, and then probably keep on printing it. What's wrong? Okay, now I'll just remove this part first. I do know that I'm going very slow, but then I just hope I get the pace back again. Okay, I didn't add it. Interrupt. Okay, so I didn't added the increment for counter. I just did nothing with the counter. So once it counter should go like something. heck I did. Hmm, place print read line goes up. Okay, for I in range. Okay, length range. Counter is 0. I declared it twice. Yeah, counter is 1 in range, and then counter is 0. While counter is less than, keep on reading the line rather than. Probably what. Just try to print the counter as well. Is it something that it just reads one? Oh, okay, and it closes. Could be, could be. Let's give it a shot. Hmm. Okay, before even assuming that, let's go and check. Oh, sorry, reading, after read function, probably what we call it, function or method. Context method that ensure file is automatically once you are done. But then done with what? In resources like file operation and data. It's very common but limited. Main problem. Okay, context manager, what it does. I am 100% sure that it closes. With statement. With context manager as manager, okay. Init method called, enter method called, exit method called, enter method called. Mm-hmm. So creating custom two methods, enter state and exit state, okay. There's the context, run the block and then exits while cleaning up. Called again. Later runs at the start of the block and returns the object. The block executes prints. Okay, with file manager. Oh, I need to learn all these classes. I mean, I'll just slowly progress, but not so slow. I saw a YouTuber live for more than 6 hours, like crazy, and I can't go live for just one. I'm not comparing, but yet it's a motivation, is what I'll say, rather than comparison. I felt like, okay, if he can do it, why not me? Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but definitely, at least I should start with 2 hours rather than one. Okay. File manager, text, print F closed. Okay, so it is closing every time. Okay, provides a neat way to automatically set up and clean resources, ensuring they are properly managed, even if errors occur. Automatic cleanup, avoid resource leaks, cleaner code, expect exception safe, custom control. Okay. I know some best people, they put so much effort getting up early, managing office, doing their side projects. Shout out to those people. Okay, now we see that okay, what's happening here. Various crease, just crease manager. Where is it? Okay, here. Now when I'm splitting, I'll just make sure that I add a specific thing. Like I will try to add something to separate that this is a specific chunk in a way. Like put a star line, a singular star line, so that it just differentiates that okay, this is the one piece of code and then this is the second piece of code. Like basically it's the second chunk and third and so. Just to make it more fancy. No way. No. Uh, okay, so which means this is not working. Crazy. I mean, good. Um, okay, so this is not working. That's what I was saying. But then when I say it's not working, shall I keep it? Uh, okay, just need to think more. Uh, I have a file opened. I have closed it. I got the length of the file. I split the file. I need to split the file. But when I split the file, what technically I am doing when I'm splitting the file? I'm not splitting the file, I'm just putting a counter, which technically isn't gonna work. Or am I saying that? Hmm, but then it should, I mean, three times it should read the file. No, that is not a feasible way at all. Like, let's say we have a huge file and then chunk sizes, let's say 5 lakh rows and chunk sizes 500 we want. I don't think so. That is the optimal way to read it again. Like use the context manager again and again. Or what if I split the read lines? Let me try it another way. I just leave it as it is here. Copy the no, not even copy. Because what I feel like when we try to look back, it's like unlearn and then learn. This is a very good concept. Uh, what I'm trying to adapt is like I don't go back and look for the same code because it doesn't give you the idea. You still feel stuck. So you have to always look a thing in a new way, new angle. S- Just like how they say, read a book and then read a book at after some time you will always feel that you are reading. This is for the first time. Apart from that, if it's a novel. Test and lines list. So I'll say lines ls test dot read line. Okay, I'll just first bring it out because anyway no doesn't matter. What I did wrong. Oops, I didn't. So the file name is gracing the baby. Thinking about you lately. You crazy, just another night. Changes. Why suddenly it started to show the slash and I just try to print it. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So what we're saying, and then like since we know that this is a list, and like there are, and then there are like element one, element two after a break. So which is fair so far in length of lines ls. I just want to display lines ls starting from 0 till 5. This is just What is grazing land PRA text? I forgot. New review of US grazing land practices. See, okay, this is unsustainable grazing land. Can context manager read a Python file? Let's say, sorry, PDF file. What is the correct way? No. How to read a PDF file using context manager Python? Okay, context comprehensive. Hmm. So I like ChatGPT in a way that it gives a straightforward answer rather than looking it's just doing our work like within seconds. For such cases, I really like ChatGPT or like any other AI powered platforms. Like for how I call like ChatGPT is more of a chatbot. No, it's more than a chatbot, definitely. What do you call it? AI assistant. What AI can do? The AI model. Okay, but then what you call it? Definitely, we know it's a transformer based chatbot. Wow. In the end, you're gonna call it chatbot. Just more fancy words. Okay, let's go back to the original question. What's the correct way? No. We want to see the PDF files rather than PDF. PDF. Yeah. Let's see what. Okay, better I just remove a additional tab. Let's read this grazing file again. Something wrong here. What happened suddenly? Oh, I'm not good. How it's reading? I just want to see it like byte form and the additional slash r slash n is what I want to remove. And also this is like for character. This is fine. So I'll just remove this slash r, I guess. That's where the split is. Not understanding why this. Oh, there is a slash or. What does slash or stands for? Is it like next line? Is it every here? After quality and what? Quality and no, it's not. I did it. All purpose adaptive. Adaptive. Okay, slash and slash. If I remove the slash and slash r, what will happen is I guess a lot of Okay, and then decode. Why it's not working? Oh, okay. We need to put the separator outside and then separator. Okay, now we try to split. And we want to follow for a specific pattern. Replace a specific pattern. Replace a specific pattern.
Has to be done.
In Python. Okay, so I am trying to look for a pattern how we can replace like dot and then followed by a slash n. Mostly this suggesting regex, but I don't want to use the regex, then I have to import the regex as well. Substituting patterns in text using regex. Mm, Not regex again. With a specific pattern in string. Okay. Probably I'll try to split the file wherever it's a dot. Okay, so probably I'll just uh, split it using the dot here, then convert this whole text into a list. But again, like if you follow that approach, so if a slash n is followed by a dot, then it shouldn't replace like that. Probably if we get okay, we need it's the form in our lines underscore ls. Then how do we need to do it like inside a file or like read line by line? I'll again try the read line, then see what this read line is printing. Okay, so I'll just take a quick help from internet how I can do it. So I'll just pass this. Someone has suggested me this very uh, thing. Yeah, so like the thing is like if you get stuck too much for too long, you might be at the point where you want to give up. So rather skip that thing for temporarily or just try to look for a solution. Like whenever you are stuck in a code or while solving any specific problem. So following that suggestion, I just better to look for the help on internet. Okay, let's see which language is it. 16 years ago. Oh, 16 years ago. I must be somewhere in college. Never even heard of what computers are, probably. Mm, not technically. Yeah, definitely. Back then, we didn't even know what computers are. What is like we are so outdated with the technologies. Like recently, in my when I reached in college days, or mostly like high school, what we call it. That's when we introduced to lab like computers, desktops. Okay, split in Python. I want to see the code in Python. See, this is a question. Okay, and how they are doing is okay. Then they are how are they reading these files? Mm, a small file means like have to do anything. Small file, no, it's equal to if small file like close else it's writing it in a small file and that small file write every line. Okay, like how they are reading the lines where and how. Okay, big file line. Still a context manager. Inside the context manager, line is inside the context manager. Line is what writing. Where is it reading the line? This right is there. I see right. If it seems sort of thing, they are opening it and then writing it. About okay, write lines. Okay. Then they have a counter also. Counter is what I was trying to do. Feeling I'm getting very slow and lousy with this coding challenges. Okay, don't use the words. I can do it, I can do it. Mm, can do it, you can do it, you can do it. I'm not getting this. Why is it reading it here and then closing it up? Still trying to write it up. Okay, anyways, I was wrong to give it a shot. So test could could be that like enumerate is definitely gonna work. Enumerate test, and in the test we're gonna, and the other thing is line, right? So okay, line. Now I'll just see what the test doing. Okay, before even anything. Okay, so we are able to see the lines. That's what I've been trying to do. I need to really learn the concept as well, along with solving these questions. Oh man, oh man. Okay, what is the another thing that, this? Okay, and like if line is dividing it, which means like it's a third piece of it. So if small file, like if none, then it will just simply closes it up. Okay, and okay, and if it's equal to this one, what we need to do is create a new file, small file name, and then write in that file. Okay, and when we are not doing that, it's just writing it outside. When it's writing it outside, where exactly is the file name and where it is writing? Okay, small file. It's writing in that small file. Okay, and if small file already, then just simply close if there is nothing. Okay, I'll I have crammed the code. Probably I'll try to paste it here based on my memory, my understanding. Okay, so what we are saying, like we have two parts of it. Make it outside. Let's say chunk file, and like for chunk we're gonna give it none, and then chunk size should be 5. Okay, and let's say if the chunk size, so like if we are at the chunk size of 5, which is like in the enumerate, which is no in not enumerate, why enumerate? Oh, it should be other way. Oh, not other way. 5 modulo, oh no, 5 should be the, oh, and then if let's say num is 5 and then chunk size is 5, so there, that's where we need this break. equal to 0. At that point we don't, and at that point we need to create a new file. That's the whole purpose of it. Okay, so what we are gonna do is, so I'll just try that other way. Sorry, I just zoned out. Okay, if chunk file, or and if it's a none, then just simply close it up. Before even doing that, let's first, I'll just leave a space for the other code. Before even doing that, let's read the, so write the file. So not w, I'll just line w is open, it's w, and then pass the line. Test dot close. To close that file, if that is the case, then need to write it up and write in that chunk file dot write, and write our line w. Okay, else if that's not the case, and like if we say that this is what happening, we have to again write this. What I'm thinking, that we are not writing it somewhere else. Write in small chunk. Okay, and then close it. Chunk file, not chunk file, test. Okay, so we have enumerated, and then if we are like still not in our chunk, which let's say that we are at the line number 1, so this code is not gonna work. If we are in line number 1, open. If you are in line number 1, then why we need to even open it? We can just simply write, right? Like, so we can write this line. Okay, so I don't need to line. You can write the line in this file, and it should be numerated. No, not numerated. Should be, should be of chunk size. Then we need to close it up. Again, the second part is when we reached at the limit of, let's say, 5. So num is 5. What will happen if it's already none? Like, there could be cases uh, where like it's 0 probably. That point it won't read. So if it's already none, then it just closes one. Another one, then it will just open, and if that is the case, start to read it again. But then why to read it again? Definitely doesn't make sense. are we saying if you're gonna can simply write the new lines? If you are already at this point, then we need a new file rather. So we need to create a file name. What they have done, small chunks, and this should be num. Mhm. Okay, this is the file name, and we need to write in this file name. What I'm not getting is why a chunk file. Oh, file. Dot write. Okay, let's go back to the code again. Okay, it's per file. What is lines per file? Okay, that makes sense. What it is opening? Okay, and another thing is it's writing the line without the if condition. So that's what I was doing in the else, but it's not being captured in the else. Hmm. Let's go to the else. I'm writing it in else. However, it's saying that it should go in the else, but it is still in the follow. It makes sense. Chunk size. I just need to use the file name, is it? Write, okay, but then what we want to write is our line. None type has no attribute. Right, okay, now we reach the none type. Mm, we are writing it in. That's what it was saying here, I guess. Now it makes sense. It is saying that if chunk size chunk file, then only write in me. So it will all start at one point. No way, it's rating. I can't believe it. But then what? This simple text is here. Simple text is something else. Oh, num is not num. Okay, need to pass it as a f string. Now you should give it a try. Then the sim. Okay, just did what? Okay, five. Five, five. Okay, I need to replace that slash and thing as well, I believe. No, I think I'll go to the fifth one, okay, and just close rest of it. can close 80th also, the 5th also. I'll go to the, not go to the file, and then try to see what exactly is my fifth row. Use this practice. Which is very clear. This is the fifth. So what it is doing, it is just writing the fifth one. And it should write fifth as well as whatever is before fifth. Okay. Guess that here is our answer to it. That now let's see fifth again, the same thing. So ideally it should write in the num. Again, it's not in the. I need to manage this one. And then, okay, if that is the case, where is the other file? It's not reading it. If because I'm not opening it, like I'm not using this similar thing as LW. Maybe and I'm just using some random write, which eventually not gonna work, and I'm writing it here. Okay, here we need to pass it, then line, but then it will go for every. That was my point. Hmm, same thing. Okay, minimizing the impact. I'll just try to go back to the code again. Simply closed. But then if it's not close, oh, but then still we have sample file, right? Outside of this if. But we never created the sample file. Sample file is always this one. Sorry, small file basically. So why? I'll give it a try and then see. No way. Why? I mean, like, yeah, it worked, but why? I know we declare the sit because just don't need to use this line rather. But why we are closing the small file? We never used it. Chunk file. Chunk file is there, and chunk. I'll just quickly update it. Chunk file was always there. Then I have to again close the chunk file, which is like the small file in that snippet. And we are saying that we can't do it in the small file. File name W. I'm definitely wanna remember this code. Waiting. Say okay, and close this. So okay, so that's how we can split it. Seems bit tricky, but slowly we are going there. Okay, so uh, next is again I need to come back, revisit these codes to understand the actual logic. Somewhere I do understand what is happening, but then it's it's like directly available. When something is directly available, definitely we're gonna just already understood the logic without even putting so much of efforts. I need to give it a shot again, and then is the real test. Whether I remember the logic or it was just all about cramming the code and where to put perfect